Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite Ravens YouTube channel and podcast. Excuse me, Talking Ravens all day, every day with your host, Justin P. And my amazing $1 million co host, Miss Shannon Finch. This is episode 128 for the YouTube version and for the audio version for those who can't watch live. You can check us on the audio version. That is season 2, episode 28. All the links for that is right below in the description, and underneath of that is myself, Shannon, and Dave's social media platforms. Like I said, every show I have everything, all platforms. Shannon has Facebook, Twitter, IG. David, Facebook and IG. So give us a follow. Also, if you feel like something we should be talking about that we're not talking about, shoot us a message in the DM so we can add it into our shows and talk about it. We're gonna do our recap. So, without further ado, here's Miss Shannon.
All right. All right, Justin. So after 4 weeks, we are 2-2. And we're both, I don't think we've ever been happier to be 2-2 after the way we started. It was looking like it could have got ugly real quick, but our boys righted the ship. So we're in a good spot right now. So give me your good, bad, and ugly for week 4.
That's a lot. Good. The offensive play call from Todd Monken was real good. He did a great job. Quarterback runs definitely got to slow down, but all in all, he did a very good job managing the game. He stuck with the run. He mixed in the pass when needed to. So definitely Todd Monken. Zach Orr, Zach Orr for sure. The high power offense at that 10 points, and then the only touchdown they got came off of blown coverage. Blown
Hmm.
coverage. It was wide open. Josh Adams scrambled to the sideline. Brandon Stevens, I guess he thought Josh Adams was going to go out of bounds. I don't know. He threw it down the field. So to hold them to under 300 yards total offense, only 10 points, I gotta give Zach Orr's credit. It was real critical. Because he played in the league, so I expected a little bit more for him than the average new DC. So and he came back and delivered. So that right there. I'm just getting the coaches out the way as far as a good Harbaugh. He pissed me off right in that second timeout. I'm like, you can't call two back-to-back timeouts. Well, overall, outside of that, no crazy challenges. No, the clock management was a lot better. We was playing with a lead all game, but he didn't do nothing crazy to hinder us. So I gotta give Harbaugh's credit because I know I'll be on. As far as the players, the offensive line, gotta start with them. Derrick Henry don't rush for 199 yards, basically 200 yards about them. Excuse me. Derrick Henry himself, like I say, two touchdowns, three, I think. Caught one and the rest for two. So great game by him. Justice Hill had a hell of a game, scored a touchdown, ran hard, caught the ball well. And of course, Lamar, he didn't really have a lot of passing yards, but like you said, you know, all that is just, it's just fluff. The most important thing is to win the game, and he did that. He rushed for a touchdown.
Hmm.
Uh, Not many incompletions, if any. So he had a great game. Our defensive line got to Josh Allen, I think, like 3 or 4 times. Kyle Van Noy's balling. I think he's like top 5 in sacks right now. The secondary played amazing. I know statistically they're ranked worse in the league, and we know that's more so probably off of just the fact that they take away the run so well, so teams got to chuck it down the field. And then a couple, things going on with this game, but we know that talent wise, they're one of the better units in the league, so they did good. So the bad, not really a lot of bad. That's a few missed tackles, little small stuff like that. Because James Cook did had a couple decent runs. Um, that's it. Honestly, ugly penalties. That's it. And then fixable. So it's not really a lot. Honestly, in the bad and ugly this week. Because like I said, we damn near played a perfect game.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. For me, for the good, I just put the team as a whole. We got to see how dominant the defense can be, and we got to see how dynamic the offense can be. With bad, like it really wasn't a whole lot bad. It's like nitpicking at this point if you do pick out something because they played really well majority of all of the game, really. But if I had to pick a bad, it would be the fumbles. Lamar fumbled, Derrick Henry fumbled. But again, it's not a big deal because it didn't impact the game that well. But I don't like losing the ball at any point. Luckily, we didn't lose it with Henry, but it could have been recovered. And ugly again is penalties. I feel like I've been saying penalties every week since we started the season. I don't know what it is, particularly on the offensive line, but that just keeps being an ugly week in and week out because that's something that hinders plays. But again, the team plays so well, it really isn't any need to dwell on anything bad. Penalties, we need to clean it up. But overall, they played really, really well on Sunday.
Well said, Shannon.
All right, so we're moving on to the position grades, and you got into a lot of this when you were just talking about the good with the team. But what grade do you give the coaches, Justin?
A, they get A.
That's it.
That's it. I said everything else, and good, bad, and ugly. I don't want to sound like a broken record. Let me just get a grade.
Okay, well, I agree. I gave him an A as well. The only issue was the timeout blunder, and I appreciate John Harbaugh for taking accountability for it. Even though I saw some people, reporters were saying that he actually took the second one. It was more of a defensive issue. It was some sort of miscommunication defensively, and that's why he called it. But he shouldn't have done it, and he didn't put the blame on anybody else. So that's on him. But again, they played really well. Todd Monken called a great game. He didn't get cute. We always talk about what we've been talking about the past couple of weeks is them running the ball, and I feel like he stuck to that on Sunday. What you was about to say?
Nah, I see you trying to be nice. Say he don't get cute. You forgot one specific part about Todd Monken. He didn't get drunk either.
What?
I'm gonna say it. I don't
No, that's your thing.
fact. I ain't, this ain't nothing. I'm just pulling out the woodwork. And this is a cog. This is a fact from a boy with no soul. So, I know some good. I know some important people that work in around the league, and he didn't get drunk too. Good job, Todd.
And or had the defense ready to go. You held the a team that most were saying was the best offense in the league to 10 points. That's a great day any day. So I just feel like the team overall was well prepared, and you got to give the coaches all three their credit for that. So they get an A.
For sure.
And what grade do you give Lamar?
I give him an A. Give him an A. I mean, he went for the fumble because it would definitely have been an A plus. Fuck the yards, like I said, because he commanded the ball, commanded the offense real well. Drove us up and down the field with his arm and his leg. He made sure everybody knew what they were doing. Like I said, just the fumble. I'm nitpicking low key. But one for that, definitely he played a great game. So hey, only because of the turnover.
Hmm. Yeah, I gave him an A as well, and I made a note to say it's not an A plus because of the fumble. But he had a great game. I don't care about the yards. He spoke about that too when fans were saying what they were saying about their parlays or bets, whatever they had going on. The game didn't call for that. So you got to play within a game. And one thing we always say is don't get cute. Getting cute would have been feeling like he needed to pass when the run was working. So Lamar did his job. And I feel like last week I talked about was it last week or the week before? I didn't like his body language on a sideline of one of the games.
Before we played the Raiders, I remember.
And I did like everything that was going on the sideline. Like I said, I don't know what you can see when you're in a stadium. I know when I'm in a stadium, I can barely see. I can't see the same interactions that I see on TV. So on Sunday when like something bad happened. I think it might have been after his fumble. He went over to the offensive line. He was talking to them like taking accountability. Then when something good happened, he was over there, still chatting it up, patting the guys on their back. So that's the type of leadership I like to see. And I was proud of Lamar on Sunday. I feel like he did a great job and he led us. And we never got outside of ourselves that day. And I attribute that to him as well. All right. And what grade do you give the offensive line?
A plus plus
Excuse
plus
me.
A plus because they have taken a lot of heat and rightfully so, but they took it upon themselves to dominate the game.
Hmm.
So I think A plus. It's only right.
Yeah, I can't knock that grade. They played really well last week against Dallas as well, and then to come back this week with a different offensive line because of injuries, and the rookie was starting at right tackle. I think he's shown why he needs to be out there starting. But I gave him an A minus. Not that they did anything wrong, but it's just the penalties. I just feel like that continues to be an issue each week. But again, not to take away from anything that they did, because we wouldn't have ran the ball the way we did. Lamar wouldn't have been protected the way he did if it wasn't for the offensive line. And we always say everything starts up front with them. So I'll give them an A minus, but they had a great day.
Yes, indeed.
And what about the running backs? What grade do you give the running backs?
A plus 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 as well. Like, what more can they have done outside? And yeah, he fumbled in the goal line, all that. I'm not, I'm not even gonna knock nothing off of that. It was, anybody can afford to make a mistake in that game was Derrick Henry. So, and Pat fell on it, so he's a part of the running back crew. So yeah, I'm not gonna knock nothing off of that. So yeah, A plus plus plus.
Yeah, I gave him an A plus. When you have over 200 yards combined with the running backs, more than that if you include Lamar, Henry had almost 200 by himself. They got touchdowns, passing and receiving. They were just utilized in so many different ways. Pat Ricard, he got some. And even like you said, like with the fumble, I don't even think about that as a negative for them because we did recover and got the touchdown anyway. So it was like no harm, no foul. It's just I hate losing the ball, period. But the running backs had a great day, and I just feel like the way that Monken played them. I mean, it might not make the wideouts or tight ends happy, but that's how you got to utilize them to keep
Yeah,
defensive honest. Because if
yeah,
you line up a particular way, they're going to know exactly what you're going to do. But when you line it up and Derrick Henry can go out and catch the ball, or Justice Hill can go out and catch, you don't know what they're going to do. That just makes the offense even more dynamic. So I love the way they were all utilized on Sunday.
I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna save it for the next week because it's talking about them. So go ahead.
Okay. So what grade do you give the wide receivers and tight ends?
B plus. And the pick at what you said, they'll make them happy. They'll be okay because they had 91 yards and 100 yards with the Raiders. We lost. So what you want? What you want? You want 120 yards and we lose, or you want one and have 40, 50? Like you're gonna get your receptions. You're number one receiver.
Hmm.
So if the person upset about that, then they just flat out selfish at the point. It's just like, come on now. You got winning is the most important stat above everything else. But your person,
Hmm.
you want your incentives, content reasons, but that stuff will come now that we're running the football effective. As opposed to down teams. Yeah, Cincinnati probably come on and put 9 in the box now. Now you're getting one on ones. So now
Hmm.
so it's like each week is a different week. This next week, the pass game might be I had to say it. I know Lou RM. He's going to say, I got to stop Derrick Henry. That's going to be his first goal. Stop
Hmm.
22-8. So now you and Aguilar Bateman can probably all have a good game. And now they're going to put 9, 10 in the box. So it's like, just be patient. Just be patient. But, I give them a B plus only because, like I said, they didn't call for them to have big games.
Hmm. I gave him a B. I feel like the tight ends came up huge with blocking. Andrews dropped what could have been a big play for him to get him back in a groove, but I think he'll get, find his way sooner or later. But the wide receivers didn't have a lot of opportunities, and the opportunities they did have, they made the plays that we needed them to make. So I can't give them anything negative. But because it wasn't anything, no, yards wise, I don't believe none of them scored a touchdown or anything like that. So I just give them a B. And I just feel like just to piggyback off of what you just said, as long as we're winning, I hope that they don't care. And as long as we don't see or hear about them complaining about not getting touches or not being a focal point, I think we're good. But time will tell what type of guys we have in the locker room as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, okay, trust me.
Because you know why I say that? Like Hollywood was the best wide receiver when he was here, right?
Still
He had
complain.
100, huh?
I'm leaning to your point, and he still complained. Leading receiver, 1,000 yards, all that. He still complains. So it's
Right,
like,
right. So that's my point is like, I don't know. I hope that winning is all for everybody, but you just never know with wide receivers. You know what I mean? Like some of them are divas.
yeah,
Divas.
that's how you make your money. You can't make your money if you don't catch the football. So I was about to say I kind of get it, but it's a way. It's a way to go about it. That's all I'm saying. It's a way to go about
Yeah, I agree. I always say handle that type of stuff in house, you know. But all right, so moving on to the defense. Ooh, these guys had a day. What grade do you give the defensive line?
A plus. You hold the bill with like 40 yards rushing. Like I said, James still had a few little rounds, but after that, y'all destroyed the run game. So, like I say, he's an NFL player. He's gonna make plays. Like you're not gonna hold nobody 0-0-0. It's not gonna happen.
Hmm.
And got Josh Allen a couple times. So yeah, definitely A plus.
Yeah, and I gave them an A plus as well. I just feel like they had a day. You know, we talked about making them one dimensional. Well, last week we was watching the game, and I just feel like they did that. They did that, and Josh Allen couldn't do anything. He was never comfortable. Couldn't get the run game going. Couldn't get nothing in the passing game. Like you said, the one time it was just a broken down communication in the back. A plus for those guys. A plus. I don't know if I said the grade or not, but A plus for the defensive line. All right, and what grade do you give the linebackers?
Hey, only reason why the A plus because Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox they have a few good catches on them. So I'll give me an
I gave them an A plus. I feel like they got sacks, so they were included in the pass rush that was making um, Josh Allen uncomfortable. There was some big plays made, but again, for me, because it wasn't nothing that was game changing, it's like I feel like they had a good day. Roquan was all over the place, but they were stopping the run. The run game was non-existent, but period. And whatever it was, Josh Allen had some, runs here and there, but nothing. Again, nothing that changed the game. So I gave that group a A plus.
That's fair.
And what grade do you give the defensive backs, safeties, and cornerbacks?
A plus 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 under 200 yards passing for a guy who was leading the MVP and no touchdowns allowed. A plus plus. So it's just like, come on now, what more you want?
I agree. I feel like we talked about the issues with that group, being disappointed because that was one of our what we thought was our strong suit on the team and defensively. And I feel like they cleaned up their act. I feel like they did a good job. They didn't give up any touchdowns. Didn't give up any game changing plays. Give them an A plus.
You know how hard that is to run with somebody all game. Like that shit is not easy. Corner is probably one of the hardest positions to play outside of quarterback.
I agree. And what about special teams? What grade do you give them?
I give my A for the fact we didn't have to rely on them, and it's not gonna always be like that. I said it. That's why I say now. You see why I say what I say. Score touchdown, I field goals with my three keys. So now, with Tucker getting a little older, whatever the case may be, like he ain't as automatic because he's still dependable as automatic as will be. So score touchdown, have him kick extra points more,
Hmm.
and that solves everything. But I give them an A because they didn't. And Deontay Hardy has some decent returns.
I gave him a B. We didn't have any field goals for Tucker to miss, so that was good. He made all his extra points. Um, Salt played well. Hardy was cool. Like I give him a B. I'm still, like how when you grade somebody, you can look at it and say each assignment, but because it wasn't anything that was like, wow, they did. Like you said, they weren't asked to do a whole lot, so it was like whatever. So I gave him a B. But I was thinking about Justin Tucker, like he better not miss another field goal, but we ain't even had to see it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so moving on to the topics for today. Now, we probably all were thinking the same thing watching that game after the past couple of weeks that we've had and the past couple of years. We've been talking about that, how many leads we've given up under John Harbaugh, and it's been a big talking point for a couple of weeks now. So were you nervous in the second half of the game thinking about a possible comeback by the Bills?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna tell you, I was sitting right beside him. He's like, man, y'all got this game. I said, nah. I said, not yet, because it was 21-3 or 21-10.
Hmm.
They had scored or whatever. Um, then we came next 3-and-out, 3-and-out. Driving. I'm like, shit, they're ready. They score here. It's gonna be a one possession game. One possession game. No, it was 21-3. It wasn't 10 years. 21-3. 21-3. I said they scored. It's gonna be two possession game, and you know how I shit from there. Joe Brady bailed us out, calling the flea flicker. I said, Yes, the football gods finally linked our way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, please, you should have seen his Andre face. He went off. Nah, your quarterback. You didn't see how Travis Jones hit Josh Allen? Damn, they
I
knocked him out.
thought
Damn, they knocked him out his cleats. So Josh threw his hand. I was like, they got
that was a stupid call.
calm down a little bit. I understand. I get it because Todd Monk can call it. I'm definitely gonna pull up and slap all the shit out of him. It's for sure. Broadcast, all I don't give a shit on season. Yeah, so yeah, that helped us out because it was a fumble guy. I said, "Ooh," I said, Joe Brady. I said, football God finally was on our side. You know, usually we'll build up in there, but I was like, thank you. Yeah, I
Hmm.
will for sure. I am not gonna lie to you. Whoever said he wasn't, I ain't gonna say they ain't lying, but it's they not telling the truth all the way.
Well, for me, I wasn't nervous. I just couldn't get excited. Like I was watching a game and you know how you be like, here we go again? Like that's how I felt. So I never was like, oh my God, they're gonna come back. But I was just like, here we go. Like I never really got excited until the trick play. At that point, I felt like we just put the game away and there was nothing else they could do. Because they come out at halftime, we get a quick 3-and-out, and I was like, oh, and look like their defense had figured something out. They started blitzing them all a little more. The Bills come down, they score that touchdown. It's like, oh, that's
Oh
when I
yeah,
was like, here we go. Then we get another 3-and-out, but then that's when that dumb play happens, and after that, it was like lights out. But no, I wasn't nervous, but I was just like couldn't get excited. Like that's a game that we should be able to watch in peace and be excited and share and all of that. But because we know we've seen that before, it's like, all right, last week. Like it wasn't legit until the Bills set Josh Allen where I was like, all right, this is over with.
yeah, because it wasn't worth getting him hurt. Like I know we blown leads, but it's 5 minutes. Like you're not, if you ain't already chopped into the lead now, you're not doing
Yeah. But unless you listen to somebody like Tom Brady, what game was that he was doing?
it. Ravens Cowboys. He basically talked. He spoke it in. He
Oh
spoke.
yeah, 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 yeah. You right. That right. Our game. Right. So
I was
I
saying,
kept thinking about that. Like if people think like
shut the fuck up, Tom. I kept saying, shut the fuck up, Tom.
so if you got somebody with that mindset over there, they could be like, all right, just one score, just one stop, just one score, just one stop. So I was just like shaking my head. But like I said, we played really, really well. So we should be able to have more games like that on Sundays that we aren't having to worry about a damn comeback. So I'm glad it didn't even get to that point. That's how dominant they were on both sides of the ball. All right. So the next topic: do you think that the Ravens have figured it out offensively, or have we just benefited against two teams that are poor at stopping the run?
I think they figured it out. Because in the day, the Bills is 3-0, so you don't get 3-0 if you don't stop the run. I don't give a shit who you played. Everybody's an NFL team. So so yeah, nah. I mean, yeah, the Cowboys definitely had stopping and run issues, but at the end of the day, that's not our fault. They stopped doing against the Giants and the Browns. Obviously, they can. They ain't just everybody ain't just rushing for 300 yards from me. So no, we figured it out. We definitely figured it out.
And so for me, I think it's a little bit of both. We like I said earlier, we talked about the need of running the ball. So it's not like it's not something that I think everybody in an organization knows that we needed to do. But I just feel like it helped to face two teams because Dre said it last week that he feared that with the Bills' run defense. So it's not like they were stout to the point where you felt like you wouldn't have been able. It was going to be a challenge. Like I went into the game thinking run the ball just because you knew what they were missing on the Bills, particularly in their linebackers.
Starting linebacker cores, all of them.
Yeah. So I think it's a little bit of both. I do. I think playing Dallas the way they played Dallas, you have no reason to exploit that when you know that that's a flaw for them, right? But that's also our strength. So why should we not do that? You know what I mean? And then you go into this game against the Bills and you see where their flaws are, where they're lacking, and you can have the same mindset. And guess what? When they go against the Bengals on Sunday, they're probably going to have the same mindset because of the amount of rushing yards that the Bengals are giving up. So that's why I say it's a little bit of both. I think that they have found their identity to know what they need to do, but it definitely helped to go against defenses that are struggling to stop the run. Like that, not that, like we always say, everybody's getting paid and they're professionals, but it definitely helps. So that's why I say it's a little bit of both. I still think the Ravens can do that on any team in the league. You just got to do it.
Easily.
Can't, like we always say, don't get cute.
And granted, each week won't be as easy, but we can always at least put a $150 on somebody. Easy, with no problem. Between him and Justice Hill and Lamar, yeah, that's a given between them three.
Yeah. And like I said, the way that he was using them Sunday, you know what I mean? It wasn't just in the backfield. Like when you do that, it makes it harder for a defense to be able to defend. They don't know what to do or who to stick or they don't know who gonna get the ball.
Yeah, and remember that was a lot of that in 2019. Mark Ingram
Yeah.
had like six, seven receiving touchdowns.
So
Hey,
hopefully we
yeah,
see more of that.
I,
And when you see a game like that, I don't see how they watch that film and don't say this has to be how we go about it. Like I said, the tight ends and wide receivers might not be happy, but we trying to win. You know what I mean? Like they might have to figure it out.
that's not gonna. That it might not be like that every week. This, like I said, this might be the week that they get back to 90+ yards. Or
They
anything
just
like
gotta be ready. They just gotta be ready. Can't be
each
around there
each
pouting.
game doesn't. We can't take what we did against. I mean, you get what I'm saying. You can't just say, "Oh, because
Yeah,
we did this sustain." No, it's not. It don't. That's why you play football. If that was the case, we wouldn't need to play games. We would just say we're
yeah.
gonna do this and that, and then boom. That's why you play the game. This might be their week, and I know Lou or yeah, he's a good D coordinator. He's going to prioritize on that first.
Hmm.
So, like I said, and it might be a game for them. So, hey,
Yeah. All right, and then our last topic. Do you think that that game against the Bills was a confident booster for the defense?
absolutely, absolutely. Granted, yeah, the Bills receivers are not the big young guys. The Diggs are gone, but they, like I said, they 3-0. They just put up damn near 50 points. So obviously, they were doing something. So yeah, for sure. And I guess an MVP, he might can still win it. It's only one game. You never know. He might can have a great stretch, or have a not so great stretch, or whoever. So he's MVP candidate, and to hold them to 10 points, and 7 of it came off a mistake. So yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it.
And I agree. Coming into week 4, all you heard about was the Bills and how great that offense was, and they're ready to hand Josh Allen an MVP trophy. I don't even want to hear nobody talking about who they don't have because before that game, it was praised about how many people he was spreading the ball around to and how they were all contributing to it. And I don't want to hear it. So absolutely, that should be a confidence booster for the defense because if you can do something like that, first of all, I don't feel like we necessarily played horrible 3 4 weeks. It was just a lot of miscommunication in certain situations. We could see like what the hell is going. Like this is not Ravens defense, and I think we got to see it some of it against the Cowboys until they got conservative. And Sunday we got to see them dominate for all 4 quarters until they started taking guys out. So they definitely should be a confidence booster because that was a great offense you went against. They're going to probably do what they did the previous 3 weeks to a lot of other teams, but you guys were able to hold them to 10 points. So they should definitely go. You're going to go face, even though we're familiar with the Bengals, now you're going to go face Joe Burrow and his crew. You don't have any reason to not think that you can do the same thing against them.
For sure, for sure. Like I said, even though talent on the outside is much better, but we play them twice a year. We know how we're familiar with Jamal Chase and T. Higgins now. So
Mm-hmm.
I do want to ask you this before we leave. It's like a little
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So if you John Harbaugh, what are you telling the team right now at the amazing win like that to get them focused on Cincinnati?
It's just 1 week. It's just 1 week. I mean, you have to you celebrate it. You get 24 hours to celebrate. That's what they say. So when they came to work on Monday, you watch your film, talk about it. Today they was off. When you come in tomorrow, we on in Cincinnati. Like I've been saying, you've been posting. We focused on that. We're not even gonna be talking about what happened on Sunday. You can't dwell on it. Just gotta move forward and look forward. Like I said, we started off 0-2 and it was looking real bad. I think we all thought the roof was about to collapse, but they're 2-2. So that's how I would look at it if I was John Harbaugh. We week to week, we 2-2, we right in the thick of things. And this next game is the most important game. It's a divisional game. So I would just get them focused on that.
Well said, Shannon. Same. I would let them know, like, hey, yeah, like enjoy it. End of the day, like I said, like Cincinnati don't give a shit that we put up 35 points. They don't give a shit. They
Hmm.
they want to pay attention and respect it, of course, of the opponent. They're not going to just say, "Hey, the Ravens scored 35. We have no shot in hell of winning." They want. They got to win themselves. Yeah. So
Yeah,
they trying to get right the ship.
they that's a must win for them.
Yeah, so it's like I said. So definitely, so if you come back Wednesday, it should be all Bengals. That Buffalo shit should be in the rearview mirror. We've blown out good teams before. It's not nothing new.
Hmm.
We were all in 19 and majority of last year, so it's not nothing new. We're not new to this. So yeah, definitely. It's be all Bengals right now. Like I said, it's gonna be a hell of a game. Hell of a game. Because I think both teams trying to stay in the pace with Pittsburgh. You know, Cleveland got what they got going on, but that's like even them. They only one game away from getting back in the swing of things themselves. So you know, they still are a talented football team. They just in a funk right now.
Hmm.
They Sean had that game to get his confidence on the bone. They can every team in this division can get on the run and win some and get on the win streak. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting. Like I said, Thursday we'll go into that.
Hmm.
Everybody, and Shannon always come with some great fire topics. Like I said, go old. I know they lost today, won the old, but let's go ahead and win the next two so we can go ahead and get ready for the divisional round. Anything you want to say, Shannon, before we wrap it up?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Talk about the O's. I know they lost today, but you still got another shot to win a game and then possibly win another game. So it's not over with, and let's get ready. Like, I mean, it was a good game today. It wasn't like they got blown out or anything like that. It was a good close game. We just couldn't get any points on the board. So let's just do better in game two.
Yeah, we just got to get hit. Our hitting got to be a lot better. We literally lost 1-0, so it's like.
Hmm.
All I want to say is, like I said, everybody on Thursday, same time, same channel. We'll do this preview. I'm gonna try to see if I can get one of my Bengal fan buddies come on. Had them talk like how we did last year when PJ came on. You know what I'm about to say. Make sure y'all trade. Talk Ravens all day, every day. Oh, and Shannon do the clips tomorrow when we get a chance. Like I said, people love them.
Okay.
And I'll do the audio stuff. But yeah, I know what I'm about to say. Make sure y'all trade. I don't know the means. It's right there in the name. Talking Ravens all day, every day. With your host, Justin B, and my MVP, being our co-host, Shannon Finch. Steve will be back Thursday. I think he's all squared away with his phone now. I told him make sure you don't let Bill Gates hack him again. He's all squared away, so he'll be on Thursday. So yeah, now y'all guys have a great Tuesday night, and we are out.
Bye, Justin.
Bye.